Hello class, my name is Danielle Jackson, and today I will be talking about the FilmArray gastrointestinal panel, also known as the GI panel. At the end of this presentation, the learner should be able to 1. Explain the intended use of the FilmArray GI panel. 2. State the function of the GI pouch and describe the processes that occur inside the pouch during a FilmArray run. 3. List the steps for preparing and loading a GI pouch. And 4. Run a test on the GI pouch by using the FilmArray torch instrument. The FilmArray GI panel is a multiplex PCR test for diagnosis of infectious diarrhea. This panel tests for 22 of the most frequently associated pathogens related to gastroenteritis. The specimen of choice is a stool sample collected in a Kerry-Blair transport media. The GI pouch, located on the upper right, contains all of the reagents needed to test a sample on the FilmArray torch, which is located on the bottom right. This slide contains a list of pathogens detected by the FilmArray GI panel in patients with GI infections. The pathogens are divided into 3 groups: bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Students are required to recognize all 22 of the targets listed on this page. I would suggest memorizing the bacteria first, since this group contains the most organisms. After that, memorizing the viruses and parasites would take less time. The materials needed for preparing the sample include the FilmArray GI panel pouch, the sample buffer ampules, the sample injection valves, and the transfer pipettes. All of these items should already be included in the GI panel kit. This slide lists the requirements for the sample. As mentioned, the stool specimen needs to be collected in a Kerry-Blair transport media. At least 200 microliters of sample is needed for testing. Also, specimens must be processed and tested right after receiving them. However, they could be held at room temperature or refrigerator temperature for up to 4 days. The FilmArray GI pouch is a closed-system disposable pouch. It contains all reagents for isolating, amplifying, and detecting nucleic acids from multiple GI pathogens within a stool specimen. On the left side of the page, you'll see an illustration of the GI pouch and a list of pathogens that are detected in the assay wells. This slide explains the processes that take place inside a GI pouch while being tested on the FilmArray torch instrument. This process begins with nucleic acid purification. The nucleic acids are purified by lysing the sample with bead beating. In the second step, the purified nucleic acid undergoes reverse transcription and then goes through first stage PCR to enrich for target nucleic acids. In the third step, the products from first stage PCR transitions to second stage PCR. Lastly, after second stage PCR, a melting curve analysis is performed by the FilmArray software. This image is a basic demonstration on how to load a GI panel pouch. This procedure is broken down into 4 simple steps. In step 1, the FilmArray pouch is placed into the loading station. Next, the blue cat vial and the red cat vial are placed into their corresponding wells. As a side note, the blue cat vial is the hydration solution and the red cat vial is the sample buffer. In step 2, we see that the hydration injection vial is removed from the loading station and placed into the port. Once the vial has been inserted into the port, the liquid from the vial begins to flow into the pouch. In step 3, the sample buffer and the patient sample is transferred into the sample injection vial. The vial is then inverted 3 times and placed into the pouch loading station. Lastly, in step 4, the cap for the sample injection vial is removed, and then we allow the sample to sit for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, the sample injection vial is inserted into the port. Now that the sample mix has been prepared, we can now use the FilmArray torch instrument for running a test. The steps for operating the instrument are as followed. Insert loaded FilmArray pouch into the instrument. Enter sample ID by scanning the barcode. Close FilmArray instrument lid. Click Start Run. When the run is finished, which is approximately an hour, open the instrument and remove the pouch. Discard the pouch into a biohazard container and print or save the report. The FilmArray torch instrument automatically examines and interprets assay results and displays the final result in the test report. The image on the right is an example of what the result summary would look like on the screen. A positive test is interpreted as detected with a check mark. A negative test is interpreted as not detected. This is a chart that lists the organisms detected by single and multiple assays. Organisms detected by the FilmArray GI panel is considered to be detected if a single corresponding assay is positive. It's important to note that if 4 or more organisms are detected in a specimen, then the specimen must be retested to confirm polymicrobial result. I provided an example of how to interpret results from several organisms. Here we have Campylobacter jejuni, coli, and Upsilensis. This is detected by multiple assays, which are CAMP1 and CAMP2. If one assay comes up as positive, then the results for Campylobacter will be shown as detected. If both assays come up as positive, then the results for Campylobacter will also be shown as detected. This page is a list of references that I've used for teaching this lesson. Thank you for listening to my presentation and have a great day.